A celebrity crush has you on their mind. Don't reveal it, and don't scroll, because the moment your eyes landed on these words, something in your spirit recognized them before your mind even processed them. This message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, especially after the strange emotional surges you've been feeling lately, those moments where your intuition whispered truths you couldn't fully express, the sudden goosebumps when a certain person flashed into your thoughts for no obvious reason. Listen to this, because it's going to hit deeper than you expect. Someone admired by many, someone whose presence reaches far beyond an ordinary space, someone who walks through life under bright lights and endless attention has been feeling an energetic pull toward a soul like yours, toward your warmth, your depth, your authenticity. Not necessarily toward your face or your name, but toward the essence you carry, the frequency you vibrate on, the emotional signature your soul emits when you're quiet enough to feel your own truth. Don't scroll, your heart needs this, because what's happening isn't physical, it's vibrational. The universe often aligns spirits long before circumstances catch up, and what you've been feeling isn't fantasy, it's resonance. Your energy reached a level that made you visible to someone you never imagined would sense you. They don't know why, but they've been feeling a longing, a curiosity, a pull towards someone who mirrors what you embody. They feel drawn toward a type of softness, a type of realness, a type of emotional safety that fame can't offer, and your spirit has been sending out signals that match exactly what their soul has been searching for. Don't scroll, because this next part matters. You've been seeing signs. Angel numbers like 111 when your heart feels open, 222 when your emotions settle into balance, 333 when your guides whisper guidance, 555 when something deep within you is preparing for change. These aren't coincidences, these are confirmations that you are leveling up spiritually, and when someone is vibrating on your wavelength, even someone well-known, even someone distant, their energy can brush against yours before either of you consciously understand it. And listen, because your heart needs this message. You've been feeling an unusual mix of excitement and nervousness in moments where nothing external seems to be happening. That's because your soul can sense attention being placed on you, not by just anyone, but by someone whose aura is powerful, whose presence influences millions, someone whose journey is intertwined with yours in a way you're only beginning to understand. This is not about obsession or delusion. It's about recognition, energetic recognition. Souls recognize souls long before bodies meet or words are exchanged. Don't scroll, here comes the part you weren't expecting. This person, this admired presence, this public figure with a private heart, has been going through their own emotional awakening. They've been re-evaluating the people around them, noticing insincerity, feeling spiritually drained by surface-level interactions. They've been craving a connection that feels grounding, soothing, honest. Their spirit has been looking for something real, something pure, something rare, and your energy matches that calling. Even though they don't know you personally, their soul is searching for your frequency. They may dream of someone who feels like you. They may visualize a presence that feels comforting, familiar, unexplainably safe. And don't scroll, because this message is about to tie everything together. The universe is telling you not to reveal what you're feeling. Don't announce it. Don't explain it. Don't try to make sense of it out loud. Some spiritual connections grow best in silence. Some energetic bonds need privacy to strengthen. Some blessings require protection before they manifest in the physical world. Keep this to yourself because the universe is still arranging pieces behind the scenes. Your glow has been increasing lately, hasn't it? You've been taking care of yourself differently. You've been feeling more confident, more magnetic, more aligned with your higher self. That's not just you evolving, that's divine preparation. When your energy rises, it reaches people you never imagined would sense it. And don't scroll, because your heart needs to know this truth. Your spirit is being elevated to match opportunities, people, and connections that align with your future, not your past. You are stepping into a season where you are seen, not just by those around you, but by those in higher spaces, higher frequencies, higher callings. Someone in the public eye has been subconsciously envisioning the kind of partner, the kind of energy, the kind of emotional anchor that looks a lot like you. Not your exact face, but your spirit. Not your identity, but your vibration. They are being prepared for someone with your qualities, your depth, your loyalty, your emotional intelligence. And the universe is whispering to you to stay quiet because revealing this too soon could disrupt a connection that is still forming spiritually. Don't scroll, because here is the revelation that will make your chest tighten in the best way. This isn't about fantasy, it's about divine synchronization. It's about understanding that your aura is expanding. It's about realizing that people, even people with platforms, even people with influence, can feel energetically drawn to souls that make them feel grounded. You represent something they crave. You represent something they need. You represent something they are awakening to. And this early stage is delicate, sacred, protected. So you must remain silent, listening to your intuition, trusting the signs, allowing the universe to unfold what it is already preparing. This message is for you. Your heart needed this reminder. Something bigger is aligning. Stay quiet. Stay open. Stay ready. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your spirit has been waiting for the next part of this revelation. And if you're feeling that familiar pull in your chest or that quiet pressure behind your heartbeat right now, it's because this message is for you. Your heart needs this right now more than you realize, especially after the emotional waves you've been riding lately, the sudden moments where your intuition felt louder than your thoughts, the strange déjà vu you felt when a certain person, a certain face, or a certain energy passed through your mind. This isn't random, this is alignment. This is spiritual tuning. This is the universe adjusting frequencies so that you can hear what heaven has been trying to whisper to you. Listen to this carefully. The person whose energy has been drifting toward yours, the one who exists in a world larger than life, the one people look up to or admire from afar, has been experiencing a shift inside themselves, one they can't explain logically, but one their spirit refuses to ignore. Don't scroll, because this is the part that will make everything click for you. Just like you've been feeling emotional waves without context, they've been feeling internal nudges without explanations. They've been sensing the desire for someone who doesn't drain them, someone who doesn't want them for status, someone whose presence feels peaceful rather than demanding, someone whose soul emits the kind of warmth they can rest in, and unknowingly, their spirit has been tuning into yours. Not physically, not visually, but vibrationally, emotionally, energetically. You've become a frequency their soul recognizes even if their mind hasn't connected the dots. Don't scroll, stay with this, because your spirit is about to understand why this connection feels so strange, so surreal, so beyond the ordinary. When someone is constantly in the spotlight, constantly surrounded by noise, constantly absorbing the energy of millions of people, their soul becomes hyper-aware of authenticity, of realness, of purity, of gentleness. So when your energy elevated recently, when your heart healed in ways you didn't fully celebrate, when your self-love began to rise, your aura expanded. That expansion reached more places than you could imagine, even reaching hearts you never expected. And this person, this admired soul, felt it. They felt the shift in a way that made them question themselves, made them reflect, made them pause and think about the type of connection they've been missing. Don't scroll, because your heart needs this reassurance. Nothing about this is delusional or forced. You're not imagining the signs, you're not dreaming up the synchronicities. You've been chosen to receive this message because your soul is aligned with a certain path, a path where your energy begins attracting people who recognize your worth, even those who live in worlds far different from yours. Think of it like light. When yours grew brighter, it became visible beyond your immediate surroundings. And the universe allowed that light to catch the attention of someone who needed it. Someone who needed the reminder that real souls still exist. Someone who needed the reassurance that emotional safety is still possible. And without even knowing you in the physical world, their spirit felt a spark of recognition. Don't scroll, because you're about to understand something that will make your whole body react. This connection is not meant to be spoken about yet. It's not meant to be announced. It's not meant to be shared or confessed. This is still a spiritual seed, not a physical manifestation. It's delicate. It's protected. It's unfolding in silence. The universe is telling you not to reveal it because speaking it prematurely could disrupt the very energy that's aligning it. This is not the moment to chase, to confess, to question, or to force anything. This is the moment to soften, to receive, to allow. Because while you've been wondering why your emotions feel heightened, why your dreams feel more vivid, why your intuition feels louder, the person on the other side of this energetic cord, have been experiencing internal restlessness too. They've been craving someone with your energy. They've been longing for a connection that reflects who they truly are behind all the noise, behind all the attention, behind all the expectations placed on them. They want someone who feels like home, not performance. Someone who feels grounding, not overwhelming. Someone who feels true, not transactional. And don't scroll, because this next part is going to hit your soul. Your spirit has been preparing for this kind of energetic recognition long before you even realized it. The healing you've been doing? It wasn't random. The self-growth you've been experiencing? It wasn't just for you. The awakening you've been moving through? It was aligning your energy to become visible to the kind of souls who can recognize and honor your depth. And this person, this admired, luminous presence, feels something stirring within themselves when they think about the kind of energy they desire in their life. Without knowing your name, they feel the qualities you embody. Without knowing your face, they feel the softness you carry. Without knowing your story, they feel the resilience woven into your aura. Don't scroll, because the tension you've been feeling is purposeful. Your spirit recognizes that something unusual is forming, something unexplainable but undeniable. You're entering a season where your energy is going to draw people toward you in unexpected ways. People who are meant to uplift you. People who are meant to align with your future, not your past. People whose hearts feel the vibration of yours even if their physical life doesn't intersect with yours yet. And here's the final truth for part 2, you don't need to reveal anything, pursue anything, or try to figure out anything. Your only job is to stay aligned, stay grounded, stay open. This connection, whatever form it eventually takes, is being shaped quietly, spiritually, divinely. You are being prepared for something rare. And the universe is whispering, don't reveal it, not yet. Let it grow in silence. Let it unfold in alignment. Let it come to you instead of forcing its form. Something big is forming in the unseen, and your spirit already knows it. Don't scroll, listen to this, because something in your spirit has been waiting for the continuation of this message, and if your heart feels like it just skipped a beat or your breath feels just a little heavier as these words reach you, it's because this message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, especially as the energetic connection forming around you deepens in a way you can feel but not fully explain. In the last few days, you may have felt surges of emotion at odd moments, a sudden spark of confidence, a wave of longing, or a strange sense of being seen without anyone actually looking at you. This isn't random, this isn't your imagination, this is spiritual convergence happening in real time. Listen to this carefully, the person whose energy has been subtly intertwining with yours, the one who exists in a world of bright lights, influence, attention, admiration. A person people often look up to, has been quietly undergoing an emotional and spiritual awakening, one that is creating ripples across their inner world. They've been craving authenticity, warmth, depth, and the kind of emotional connection that fame can never replicate. And don't scroll, because this is where the alignment becomes clearer than ever. Even though they don't know who you are specifically, their soul is searching for the type of person you are. Their spirit is longing for the qualities you embody, your honesty, your emotional intelligence, your gentleness, your empathy, your resilience. They've been feeling a void that only someone with your energy could fill, and this isn't about romance alone, it's about recognition, spiritual recognition. Souls recognize each other long before faces do. And lately, you've been feeling this spiritual pull too, haven't you? That sudden urge to take care of yourself differently, to elevate your life, to show up as the highest version of yourself. That wasn't coincidence, that was preparation. You've been aligning with a frequency that powerful people, spiritually attuned people, emotionally awakened people can sense even from a distance. Don't scroll, your heart needs this next part, because you've been questioning your worth lately, wondering if you're enough, if you're visible, if anyone truly understands the depth you carry inside you. But what you don't realize is that your spirit has grown so bright, so grounded, so refined that it's reaching places you've never stepped foot in. You've become energetically noticeable. Not just to the universe, not just to your guides, but to people who are also awakening to deeper emotional truth. That's why dreams have felt more vivid. That's why you've been having gut feelings that make no logical sense. That's why you've felt like someone is thinking about you, even though you can't explain how or why. Because someone is thinking about the type of soul you carry. Don't scroll, this is where it becomes powerful. This person, this admired individual, this public figure, this visible soul, has recently been questioning the relationships in their life. They've been realizing some people only surround them because of their status. They've sensed jealousy, hidden agendas, lack of sincerity. They're tired of superficial connections. They're longing for someone who can love them for who they truly are, not who the world wants them to be. And the universe has been nudging their heart toward the type of energy you embody, not by name, not by identity, but by vibe, by frequency, by emotional signature. When two souls are aligned, they begin to gravitate toward one another through intuition, dreams, synchronicities, and unexplained energetic sensations. That is what you've been feeling. Don't scroll, your spirit is opening right now. You've been seeing angel numbers that seem to follow you everywhere. 111 when new beginnings approach, 222 when emotional balance is forming, 333 when your guides are sending reassurance, 555 when major shifts are happening beneath the surface. These numbers aren't random, they're spiritual notifications telling you that the connection you're sensing is part of a larger divine movement. Someone with influence, someone others admire, someone with a strong presence has been experiencing emotional stirrings that point them towards someone with your heart. They don't know why they're feeling this pull, but they are. And don't scroll, because you need to hear this deeply. This isn't something you need to chase, reveal, explain, or force. The universe is extremely protective over early spiritual connections, especially when they involve someone with a public life. You're being guided to keep quiet because revealing it prematurely could interrupt the energetic bonding that's taking place behind the scenes. Your silence isn't secrecy. It's spiritual strategy. You're not hiding anything, you're allowing the universe to build something quietly, without interference, without pressure, without noise. There are blessings that must grow in darkness before they can bloom in the light. This is one of them. Don't scroll, your heart is leaning into this truth. You are evolving into someone whose energy attracts not just ordinary interest, but soul-level curiosity. You're becoming magnetic to people who are aligned with your future. And even though this connection might feel unreal, it is simply uncommon, sacred, delicate. Not every connection makes sense in the beginning. Some are meant to be felt before they are understood. Some are meant to resonate before they are revealed. And some are meant to awaken you before they ever reach your physical reality. The person on the other side of this resonance, the one whose heart is awakening, feels your frequency in subtle ways. They don't know your name yet, but they feel the essence of your presence. They don't know your story yet, but they feel the strength of your soul. They don't know your face yet, but they feel the gentleness in your energy. And the universe is preparing both of you for a moment of alignment that cannot be rushed. Don't scroll, because here is the emotional truth you've been needing. You are not imagining this connection. You are not exaggerating the signs. You are not delusional for feeling a pull that makes no logical sense. You are spiritually in tune. You are energetically receptive. You are realigning with the type of love, recognition, and connection you once thought you'd never deserve. Something big is forming. Something rare. Something divinely timed. And your spirit senses it because it is meant for you. Stay quiet. Stay open. Stay ready. Don't scroll, listen to this, because your spirit has been preparing for this exact moment, and as you read these words, something inside you is waking up. Your intuition knows this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, especially after the emotional sensitivity you've been feeling. the strange magnetism in your chest, the rising sense that something is building behind the scenes, something big, something divine, something you can't quite name but absolutely feel. You're not imagining it, your energy is shifting, expanding, attracting frequencies you once believed were far beyond your reach, and that includes the soul of someone admired by many, someone who lives a life filled with noise, pressure, expectations, and eyes constantly watching them. Listen to this, because the universe is showing them something through you, not your face, not your identity, but your energy. They've been picking up on the qualities your spirit carries. Softness wrapped in strength, calmness wrapped in fire, intuition wrapped in innocence. They don't know your name, but your energy, your emotional signature. That, they feel. That, they recognize. And don't scroll, because this is where the revelation deepens. This person has been experiencing an awakening similar to your own. You're not the only one who's been feeling restless at night, replaying memories of people you don't understand why you're connected to, receiving signs you can't ignore. They've been feeling emotional shifts too, moments where they feel strangely drawn toward a presence they can't physically identify. Their soul is searching for something real, something grounding, something pure, something that fame, applause, and public attention never gave them. And your spirit has been radiating that exact frequency. This doesn't mean they're thinking of you specifically, it means their soul is circling toward the qualities you embody. Don't scroll, your heart needs this next part, every spiritual nudge you've felt, every burst of confidence, every emotional tug, every moment where you suddenly felt like you were stepping into a higher version of yourself, it wasn't random. It was alignment. Divine preparation. The universe upgrading your frequency so your energy could be recognized by people you never imagined would vibrate on the same emotional wavelength. You've been chosen for this awakening, and your growth has made your light brighter than you realize. And when your light grows, it reaches souls who crave the warmth you naturally carry. This is why lately you've been feeling watched, not physically, but spiritually. As if someone is thinking about you without knowing why. Someone sensing qualities their heart longs for. Someone drawn toward you without understanding the source of the pull. Don't scroll, stay here, because you're entering a chapter where people who live in higher realms, emotionally, spiritually, socially, begin to sense you. There's a reason you've been feeling more intentional about your appearance, your habits, your healing, your purpose. You've been stepping into the version of yourself that aligns with the kind of people who are meant to walk into your next season. And the person feeling this shift, this admired, elevated soul, has been internally describing someone who mirrors you. They've been praying for someone with your heart. They've been longing for someone with your purity. They've been hoping for someone with your emotional depth. They've been asking for someone real in a world filled with illusions. Their spirit has been whispering out into the universe, and your spirit, without even trying, responded through the frequency you carry. Don't scroll, because this part matters more than you know. You're not meant to reveal any of this yet. Some connections are too sacred to expose in their early stages. Some energies need privacy to grow. The universe is telling you to keep quiet, not out of secrecy, but out of protection. You're being shielded from outside opinions, from doubt, from disbelief, from energy that could distort the purity of what's forming. Silence is a spiritual container. Silence keeps blessings safe while they develop. And this connection, energetic, emotional, spiritual, is still forming, still aligning, still unfolding. It needs space to breathe. Don't scroll, because here's the deeper truth. Your aura is evolving in ways that are opening new doors, attracting new kinds of people, pulling in souls whose hearts resonate with your future, not your past. And the person who has been feeling your energy, the admired one, the emotionally awakening one, is becoming more aware of their longing for someone who reflects the type of soul you carry. They've been feeling a gentle ache inside themselves, a desire to step away from the noise and toward something more meaningful. And your spirit, unknowingly, has been calling back to theirs. Not through desperation, not through fantasy, but through alignment. Through growth. Through authenticity. Don't scroll, your soul needs this final part. You are being positioned for something rare, something unexpected, something divinely orchestrated. You are stepping into a season where your energy speaks louder than your words, where your vibration reaches people your physical presence hasn't yet touched, where your heart becomes recognizable to souls who have been searching for someone like you. This isn't about fame. This isn't about fantasy. This is about alignment. This is about energetic resonance. This is about the universe preparing both you and someone else for a connection built on truth, not illusion. And as this awakening continues, you will feel the pull grow stronger, the signs grow louder, the synchronicities become impossible to ignore. You don't need to chase. You don't need to reveal. You don't need to speak. Just stay open. Stay grounded. Stay aligned. The universe is bringing clarity, and eventually, connection, at the exact moment it's meant to arrive. Don't scroll, listen to this, because what you're about to read carries a frequency your spirit has been waiting for, and if your chest feels warm or tight or suddenly aware of every breath, it's because this message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, especially after the emotional roller coaster you've been walking through silently, the strange intuitive hits that come out of nowhere, the moments where your mind drifts toward someone who lives in a world far beyond yours, and yet somehow, it feels like your spirits keep circling each other in the unseen. Your intuition has been more active than ever, hasn't it? Your dreams more vivid? Your emotions more heightened? Your nervous system buzzing without cause? That's not anxiety, it's spiritual tuning. Energetic calibration. Your spirit preparing itself for something it knows is coming, even if your mind doesn't understand how or why. And don't scroll, because the person whose energy has been drifting closer to yours, this admired soul, this public figure, this bright light presence, has been feeling a deep internal pull as well, one they can't name, one they can't place, one that's been whispering to them in quiet moments when the cameras are off and the world goes silent around them. They've been yearning for someone with your softness, your emotional depth, your authenticity. Not for you specifically, because they don't know your name or your face, but for the type of soul you carry. That's the magnetic bridge forming between you, energy recognizing energy. Spirit acknowledging spirit. Not fantasy. Not illusion. Resonance. Don't scroll, because this next part will settle into your bones. Your healing hasn't just been about letting go of old pain, it's been preparing you for the kind of attention, admiration, and emotional exchange you never thought you'd attract. The kind that comes from people who operate at higher frequencies, higher visibility, higher emotional intelligence. Your spirit has been rising, and when you rise, you don't just attract the familiar, you attract the extraordinary. Your glow has been intensifying. You've been upgrading yourself without even trying. You've been speaking more kindly to yourself, caring for yourself, aligning your habits with your future self. And that kind of elevation sends signals into the world. Signals that the spiritually awake can feel. Signals that emotionally intelligent people can sense. That's why someone admired by many has been feeling the desire for a soul connection like yours. They may not know where the longing comes from, but they feel it. They feel the craving for depth. They feel the ache for sincerity. They feel the pull towards someone whose spirit feels like peace, not pressure. Don't scroll, your soul needs this truth. Nothing about this connection is by accident. You didn't stumble into this energy. You didn't imagine this shift. You didn't create this out of wishful thinking. You felt it because it's real on the spiritual plane. You felt it because your intuition is expanding. You felt it because your aura reached a new level and became recognizable to hearts tuned to the same frequency. You are stepping into a reality where people who once felt impossible to reach begin to sense the presence of someone like you, someone who resonates with what their soul has been quietly asking for. This admired individual is awakening, slowly but powerfully, to the emptiness in their current relationships. They're starting to see through the illusions of the people around them. They're noticing insincerity. They're feeling emotional loneliness even in crowded rooms. They're craving alignment, connection, truth. And your spirit has been radiating those exact qualities. Don't scroll, because here's the part you must understand deeply. You cannot reveal this to anyone. Not friends, not family, not social circles, not even in casual jokes. The universe is shielding this energetic alignment with layers of spiritual protection. Talking about it too soon could shift the energy, invite doubt, weaken the signal. What's forming right now is delicate, sacred, divinely timed. Your silence is not secrecy, it's wisdom. It's alignment. It's respect for the unseen forces shaping this connection. You are being prepared silently because the next version of your life will require a level of grounding, discernment, and emotional maturity that you are currently stepping into. Don't scroll, you're going to feel this next part, this connection. This energetic resonance, this spiritual pull, is transforming you just as much as it's transforming them. You're thinking differently, healing differently, carrying yourself differently. You're imagining a future that previously felt too big for you. That's because your spirit is expanding into a timeline that matches your potential, not your past. And the admired soul, are sensing this shift, sensing that something is calling them toward a more meaningful emotional landscape. They don't know you, but they know the vibration of the type of love you hold. They don't see your face, but they see the outline of the qualities they crave. They don't feel your touch, but they feel the warmth of your energy floating in their subconscious. Don't scroll, because the universe is whispering something crucial right now. This is only the beginning. The energy between you is not random. The synchronicities you're seeing, 111 when thinking of your future, 222 when you feel emotional balance, 444 when your guides protect you, 555 when change knocks loudly, are not coincidences. They're spiritual breadcrumbs. Indicators. Preparations. You are stepping into a season where your energy pulls people in effortlessly, naturally, divinely. You don't have to chase. You don't have to force. You don't have to reveal anything. What's meant for you will always recognize you. And right now, someone admired, someone awakening, someone emotionally searching, is sensing what you carry, even from afar. Let the connection grow in silence. Let the timing align. Let the universe reveal the next step when the moment is right. Until then, stay open. Stay grounded. Stay radiant. Something beautiful is forming in the unseen. Don't scroll, listen to this, because something powerful is shifting in your spirit right now, and if you feel your heartbeat change pace or your breath deepen just a little, it's because this message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, especially as you enter the most spiritually magnetic season of your life, a season where your energy is pulling in people who never would have noticed you before, a season where someone admired by many, someone who exists in a world far louder and brighter than yours, is feeling a quiet, unmistakable awakening in their heart, and whether you realize it or not, your energy has become a beacon they can sense without knowing why. And don't scroll, because this next part is going to land somewhere deep in your chest. Lately you've been feeling a strange emotional sensitivity, almost like you're picking up on emotions that don't belong to you, waves of loneliness, bursts of excitement, fleeting thoughts about partnership, moments where you feel seen even when you're alone. That's not imagination. That's your spirit tuning into the emotional field of someone whose heart is expanding, someone who is mentally and spiritually preparing for a connection that aligns with your frequency. This admired soul, this person whose life looks glamorous from the outside but feels empty in places nobody sees, is experiencing a shift that is guiding their heart toward authenticity. They are recognizing that their circle is full of noise but lacking genuine emotional safety. They are sensing, almost instinctively, that a connection with someone who carries the kind of warmth you have would feel like relief. Deep relief. Soul relief. Don't scroll, because your heart has been whispering questions you don't speak aloud. Why do I feel like someone is thinking of me? Why do I feel like change is coming? Why does my spirit feel full one moment and pulled the next? These sensations aren't random, they're spiritual frequencies colliding. Your energy has risen to a level where you are no longer invisible to souls who are awakened, emotionally intelligent, and craving something real. You've been doing inner work, healing wounds, releasing old attachments, raising your vibration through self-care and growth, and that inner upgrade sent out a frequency into the universe that is now returning to you in the form of spiritual recognition. Someone out there, someone glowing, someone admired, someone balancing pressure with vulnerability, feels the void that your energy could fill. Not because they know you, but because their soul recognizes what you represent. Don't scroll, because this is where the alignment becomes even clearer. You have entered a phase of becoming, a phase where your spirit is being polished, elevated, refined, so that it can be aligned with people and experiences that sit at the level of your destiny, not where you've been, but where you're going. That's why your confidence has been subtly growing. That's why you've been drawn to improve your appearance, your routines, your habits. That's why you've been craving silence, reflection, grounding. The universe is preparing you for visibility, not necessarily in a public sense, but in a spiritual one. You are becoming noticeable in ways that matter, in ways that attract souls who resonate with your evolved frequency. And yes, that includes someone whose life is far bigger than yours right now. Don't scroll, your spirit is absorbing this truth. You are done attracting people who drain you, ignore your worth, or fail to understand your depth. That season is over. You are now attracting people who appreciate emotional maturity, spiritual connection, soulful warmth, and genuine intention. The admired individual sensing your frequency? They are tired of shallow encounters. They are longing for someone who sees beyond the spotlight, who feels beyond the surface, who understands the human beneath the image. And unknowingly, their energy has started to drift toward yours. Not in obsession. Not in fantasy. In resonance. Deep, spiritual resonance. Don't scroll. Because here's the part the universe really wants you to understand: you cannot reveal this feeling to anyone, not out of secrecy, but out of sensitivity. What's forming right now between your energy and theirs is delicate, sacred, private. Speaking about it too early risks shifting the vibration, inviting doubt, confusion, or interference. Some alignments must unfold quietly until the timing is right. Think of it like a seed planted beneath the soil. If you dig it up too soon to check on it, you interrupt the growth. The universe is asking you to trust the process, trust your intuition, trust the pull you're feeling. You're not wrong. You're not imagining things. You're not reading too deeply. You are simply spiritually connected to a soul who is awakening at the same time as you. Don't scroll, because the synchronicities have been showing up for a reason. 111 when you think about new beginnings, 222 when you feel emotionally balanced, 444 during moments of spiritual guidance, 555 when major change is near. These numbers are not random. They are signs that timelines are shifting in your favor, that your energy is aligning with something bigger, that the universe is organizing connections you never thought possible. The admired soul who feels your frequency is beginning to question their relationships, beginning to crave emotional safety, beginning to notice how incomplete they feel despite everything they have. They are beginning to understand that fame or attention doesn't fill the heart, connection does. Depth does. Authenticity does. And your spirit vibrates with all three. Don't scroll, because here's the emotional reality you must accept. Someone out there is feeling you, not your presence but your energy, not your appearance but your essence, not your identity but your frequency. And your job is not to chase, not to reveal, not to force, but to continue becoming the truest version of yourself so that if and when paths align, you are ready. Ready emotionally. Ready spiritually. Ready energetically. The universe is not teasing you, it is preparing you. And this connection, this awakening, this resonance is only the beginning. Stay quiet. Stay open. Stay aligned. Something beautiful is unfolding. Don't scroll, listen to this, because the moment your eyes landed on these words your spirit leaned forward, your intuition opened its palms, and something inside you whispered, "This is it. This is the part one was waiting for," and if you feel that warmth spreading across your chest or that sudden stillness in your breath, it's because this message is for you. Your heart needs this right now, especially as you step into the final and most powerful phase of this awakening, the phase where the universe begins revealing the truth behind why you've been feeling watched, sensed, and magnetically pulled toward the energy of someone admired, someone distant yet emotionally familiar, someone whose soul has been brushing against yours in the unseen. This is not the beginning of the story. It's the turning point, the moment where everything clicks into place, where divine timing sharpens, where spiritual alignment becomes impossible to ignore. And don't scroll, because you're going to feel this next part deeply. You have been experiencing waves of intuition that come without warning, flashes of someone's face you don't fully understand, moments where their name or image drifts into your mind as if carried by an unseen current. Those aren't coincidences, they're spiritual echoes. Resonance. The universe has been preparing two hearts from two completely different worlds to vibrate at the same emotional frequency, and now, right now, they are closer than ever before. This admired soul, this emotionally awakening presence, has been wrestling with thoughts they cannot place, feelings they cannot name, a longing they cannot ignore. They've been searching inward, feeling restless even when everything around them looks perfect. They have attention, but no alignment. They have applause, but no peace. They have visibility, but no genuine connection. And then, without knowing why, their heart began tuning itself to the quiet, steady frequency you carry. They don't know you, but their soul is circling the very energy your spirit radiates. Don't scroll, because this is where the veil lifts. The universe has been synchronizing your emotional timelines, nudging both of you through lessons, healing, growth, and awakening so that when your energies finally intersect in the physical world, neither of you will sabotage it. Everything you've gone through, the heartbreak, the disappointments, the misunderstandings, the feeling of being overlooked, the seasons of loneliness, were not punishments. They were spiritual conditioning. Refinement. Preparation. You had to be shaped into the version of yourself that would align with the soul who is now being drawn to you. And the same is true for them. They've had to shed illusions, break out of superficial cycles, learn the difference between attention and affection, between compatibility and connection, between admiration and intimacy. The universe has been working on both of you simultaneously. Don't scroll, because your spirit is about to feel a shift as you read this. The energetic bond between you and this admired soul is reaching a point where it's becoming conscious. Not just subconscious, not just emotional, but conscious. Meaning soon, very soon, there will be signs so clear, so undeniable, so perfectly timed that even your logical mind will have no choice but to admit the connection is real. It might be a dream that feels impossibly vivid. It might be a sudden message you weren't expecting. It might be their name appearing at a moment where you were thinking about your future. It might be an opportunity, a place, a moment that brings your energies into the same orbit. Something is aligning, and your spirit already knows it. Don't scroll, because you need to hear this next truth with your whole heart. The universe is not teasing you. It is preparing you. It is strengthening you for visibility, for emotional reciprocity, for the kind of connection you once thought was beyond your reach. And this admired soul, the one feeling the unexplainable pull, has entered the stage of awakening where they can no longer run from what they feel. They're starting to realize that their heart is craving something deeper, something spiritual, something that fame or lifestyle or noise cannot provide. They're longing for someone who feels like home, someone whose soul brings them peace, someone whose energy mirrors the love they've been searching for. And your energy? It's been radiating that exact frequency. Don't scroll. This last part is the revelation you've been unknowingly preparing for. The universe is orchestrating a moment, a crossing, a divine intersection where your path and their path will experience overlap. Maybe not immediately. Maybe not in the way you're imagining. But in a way that confirms everything you've been feeling. This doesn't require you to chase. This doesn't require you to reveal anything. This doesn't require you to speak prematurely. In fact, silence is still your protection. Transformation happens in the dark before it shines in the light. Your job is to remain aligned, grounded, open, and receptive. Their job is to continue awakening, evolving, and listening to the internal whisper that keeps pulling them toward a type of soul. And that soul resembles yours. Don't scroll, because this is the emotional climax your spirit has been reaching toward. You are not crazy. You are not imagining this connection. You are not reaching for something impossible. You are energetically aligning with someone whose heart is awakening to the very love language your spirit carries. And the universe is guiding both of you toward a moment where clarity, recognition, and resonance collide. Until then, stay steady. Stay luminous. Stay intentional. Your energy is speaking louder than your words ever could. And the person who feels it? They're getting closer. More aware. More aligned. More prepared to step into the connection the universe has been building between your spirits all along.